Okay. Okay, Mwebantu. Let me just say something. I'm still in Livingston, by the way. But let me just say something. Oh, I'm still in Livingston, and I had a press briefing. But I want the media, to cover the story before I talk about it. I will talk about it probably tomorrow. Tomorrow I will have 20 hours. 20 hours tomorrow I'm talking. Tomorrow 20 hours I will talk because tomorrow I'll be home. I'm still in Livingston. But let me just say something over this issue. I've seen pictures. Some people are even sending me videos of how the police have surrounded the Zingalume ground. There is heavy presence. I have seen videos of how Emmanuel Mwamba went there, and he came out and narrated to us how they tried to write, the police, what they told them, what the minister said, and so on and so forth. Now, let us just be honest. Let us be honest. And from now on, I came to Livingston to change, to reboot. From now on, I am going to be very objective. From now on, I'm going to be very objective. Because apparently you are better off standing on your own than leaning towards the PFU or leaning towards UPND. At the end of the day, nah. So I'll be giving you things just as they are. And let me start by talking about this. Frankly speaking, there is a part of me that is actually happy. I want you to hear me. Frankly speaking, there is a part of me that is actually happy that the PF is testing its own medicine. But PF, when you are in power, did you ever think that such a thing would happen? Did you ever think that a time would come when you would be pleading for the government to allow you to gather? Did you ever think like that? It was good for you to block others. You blocked other political parties. You blocked them. PF. You blocked them. You were stopping people from doing, these gatherings and so on and so forth. These very people, the UPND, would you allow them? Just think of it, PF. Stop for a moment. Today, on this particular day, do you think you would allow by UPND to go and hold a rally there? Do you think you would agree? Can it happen? Let us be honest here, guys. Let us be honest. Can you allow it to happen? You couldn't allow it. You couldn't allow it. You couldn't allow it. You couldn't allow it. You couldn't. It would be unthinkable. It would be unthinkable. If UPND did this when you were in power, it would be unthinkable. It would be unthinkable. And not to say that it is good for UPND to do this. I'm not saying that neither. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying it is good for UPND to do this. Basically, what I'm just also telling by UPND is that by UPND, what you are doing, these are things that made PF unpopular. These are things that made PF to be removed out of power. And you are going through the same channel. You are using exactly the same thing. When you look at what is happening at that ground, that police heavy presence, if you look at it, you would think that PF is still in government. Because actually, it is the same machines, it is the same police being used. You would actually think that PF is still in power. So what is the difference between you by UPND and by PF? What is the difference? What is the difference? But in the minds of the people, in the minds of innocent, ordinary citizens, they are not happy. They are like, this is what used to happen in PF, and it is continuing to happen. So what has changed? So imwa UPND, much as me, I condemn the PF that they did these things, and I'm glad that they are also testing their own medicine. But by also UPND, you are going down, you will be hated the same way PF was hated. This is what is going to happen. Because you are not being any different. You are showing the same behavior of parading police officers. You are doing the same thing. So what is the difference in the minds of an ordinary citizen? So at the end of the day, people will still be looking to say, who's going to change this? Who's going to change this? And some of them will be even discouraged to say, they are all the same. Anyway, I'm glad that my PF, at least you are able to test your own medicines. I'm glad. By UPND, it is sad that you are going the same route that the PF went. And I can assure you that go on that trajectory, you also go like the way PF went. Anyway, shalandefing sana naranda kwifine for now. But tomorrow 20 hours I'll talk about a lot of things tomorrow. Tomorrow I'll talk about my trip in Livingstone. I'll talk about the God nonsense. I'll talk about it. I'll talk about Zimbabwe. I'll hold on a bit. I'm reluctant to talk about Zimbabwe. But for now, enjoy the drama of PF. Enjoy the drama. Enjoy your own taste of medicine. Because if I feel like sticking one day, if I want that, karma is a bitch. Some of these things which are happening. That's why you see me quiet on some of these other things. That's why you see me quiet. I was not happy with what happened with Edgar Lungu. I was not happy. I was not happy with what happened with Edgar Lungu. But truth be told, what would have happened if Hakainde Hichilema also attended the ceremony like that? What would have happened? What would have happened? So sometimes Lesa turns around the thing so that Lesa feel that Lesa talala. So even me, imwa UPND na PF, you like troubling me. One day, except that me, I will never do the same thing. But at least for me, I will never do the same thing. Bye for now.